There were other releases. I'd like to go over them, but I've never heard of any of those people, except for an old friend of ours. Brian, you actually were more annoyed with this guy than I was, because I just hated the lighting treatment that they used whenever he wrestled. But the Velveteen Dream has apparently been released also. And he went from the penthouse to the outhouse fairly quick, didn't he?
He did. It's one of the good things that's changed with society. That typically happens when anyone uncovers text messages or photos or anything else being sent to someone underage.
I thought they investigated all that and found out there wasn't anything to it.
They did investigate it. I believe Jameson was the head investigator for WWE. And
folks, that is an album cut. It's really deep, but it's funny. If you're just 40 something at least, and you knew that history. No, I read a thing last year sometime. Triple H said they investigated and found there was nothing to it, but he'd gotten in a car wreck at the same time. And so that's why they took him off television. Did he ever come back television? What was he in did he run off the rim of the Grand Canyon in that car wreck? We haven't seen him since.
Yeah, if Triple H is running the investigation, I've seen how he negotiates for memorabilia. I don't know how I feel about that right now. But he had a car accident. I think he came back, I believe, the last few times you and I saw him on TV.
Yes. Yeah.
He was like screeching like a girl while he got beaten down.
Well, no, he was, obviously, I think we said it at the time, he was overworked. He was working so hard. He was trying to show somebody, hey, I'll do anything. I'm going to work my ass off. I'm fucking taking these bumps. I'm selling. I'm overselling. He had to know that was potentially his last chance. But, I mean, I didn't like the lighting and it was so dark, and just I wasn't just a fan of that whole treatment from the start. But we weren't watching the show when they were really pushing him like he's going to be the next fucking big thing. Was he any better at the start? Did he get worse? Did they dumb him down from something? Or was it just that was what he was doing and then he wasn't doing it anymore?
From what I've heard, charismatic, size, athletic, but maybe not understanding how to put him together in the ring.
Well, there you go. Anyway, we do wish him well. Now, he can't be the Velveteen Dream.
No, now he's going to be the Ovaltine Dream.
Well, now think of him. Do you really want him to have the initials OD in the wrestling business? But here's the thing. Well, the Big Show came out with a T-shirt, "No More BS." Do you think if they bring him over there, he'll have a T-shirt that says "No More VD"? I'm just wondering. Where do you think he's going to go from here, Brian?
I don't know.
With his purple velour pants.
This is a period of time where guys are being shut out of the industry once anything happens. I mean, he is a casualty of the speaking out movement, which was over a year ago. You know, Joey Ryan and what was the name of the other guy? David Starr. We never heard a peep out of that guy ever again.
Oh, he loved to talk to people and let them know how they should modify their behavior, that David Starr, until we found out he was a fucking creep. Well, it didn't take me very long to find out.
My point is, there are guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just going. It didn't take me long to realize he was a creep, but everybody else was lagging on it. But it took him a while. But no, we don't hear from those because they actually did something wrong. Son of a gun! Imagine that.
So who's going to book Velveteen Dream or whatever his name is, the Ovaltine Dream or VD, the VD Express?
The VD.
Who's going to book the VD Express to come to their arena and facility with action?
Oh.
AEW ain't bringing him in. Maybe Mexico.
Now, was this...
No one's bringing him to Japan.
Well, refresh me again. Was this one of those deals where, like, he was 19 years old and the other kid was 17, or...
No, I think it was a bigger age difference, and I think those words may have been used. Refresh me again. That may have been used in the text messages between him and the alleged minor. Again, I don't have it in front of me.
This wasn't something back in their past when they were all just young, dumb kids.
No, I don't think so. I wasn't like, Oh, no. Tracy showed me the license and said she was 24. I believed it. It wasn't that. It wasn't that.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to insinuate that some people would have phony driver's licenses or identifications to give the people the appearance that they're older than they actually are? That's terrible.
I was specifically referring to Tracy Lords, who, of course, famously was a major porn star, a star of Penthouse magazine, and then uncovered to be underage, and everything changed except in the Observer Readers page where people were still advertising Tracy Lord videos for fucking years. But anyway.
Back in simpler times when he had the Readers page that they... And then for people who already had some of those items that were out there at the time that were legal at the time, well, there was no reason for people like that to get rid of those items. They just weren't being resold. Anyway, where were we going with this?
I don't know where you were just going, but I believe we were talking about the Velveteen Dream, or the former Velveteen Dream, the Velvet Man. I mean, what is he going to call himself if he continues in wrestling? And quite frankly, what else is he going to do?
He'll switch from velvet to felt. And actually, that was one of the first heel fucking comebacks that I ever made that almost got me kicked out of somewhere before I even got into business. I was at a White Castle over here on Westport Road at like midnight when I was 17 years old. And I'm placing my order. And the girl behind the counter, she had her name tag on. And guess what her name was? Her name was Velvet. And I said, "Your name is Velvet?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Have you ever been felt?" She didn't like that. Anyway, so there you have it, folks. We'll figure out where he goes next. I'm sure that the folks at All Petite Wrestling would love to welcome him in, because he can wear a purple Mickey Mouse shirt, and Bluto can wear the pink Minnie Mouse shirt, and he'll just fit right in the land of misfit toys.
Well, we'll talk about it later, but we've seen an all-new Bluto the last few weeks.
Actually, that's true. I may have to actually say something nice about him here in a minute. Here's something that's really nice. Let me get this out of the way. Almost half of the international orders have been shipped out, folks. If you're a Cornette's Collectibles customer for action figures from the Action Figure Armageddon almost 2 months ago, and the rest of the international orders will be shipped out by the end of the month, which is basically about a week from now by the time you hear this. And I thank everyone for their patience while I got this all out. It was somewhat logistically challenging. I couldn't even put all of the action figures in my garage at the same time. So figures had to be sending them up in shipments, and the packing materials, and et cetera, but I've signed them. They're all shipping. It's almost over. And for international folks, allow another 2 to 4 weeks, just because you don't know how long it's going to take with the various customs and everything in different countries. And more work is being done on the all-new JimCornette.com, which will be going up, but not for at least a month, because I need some rest. A brand new store, the whole 9 yards. It's all going to open up for the people who've been emailing me. Where can I get a t-shirt? When can I get the whatever? Updates will be ongoing on the program here in June, and the Drive-Thru also, so stay tuned on that. But it won't be as long as it's been.